Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marco Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Food banks are bracing for more hungry families as stricter rules for federal food assistance take effect Monday. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Carroll in for Maya Trabulsi. Here in San Diego County, Father Joe's Villages is rationing food. KPBS reporter Tammy Murga spoke with organizers and families about how they're preparing for these changes.
The One Big Beautiful bill signed into law last year includes many changes to the federal SNAP benefits, known as Calfresh here in California. In April, some non-citizens became ineligible for benefits. Calfresh benefits can be used to buy food at most grocery stores.
The changes for the migrant population happened last month, and we're just now seeing the impact. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We ran out of food.
Josh Bohannon is with Father Joe's Villages. He says in mid-May, the organization ran out of food for the first time during a distribution event. He expects to see more households turn to food banks.
We're rationing now. It is going to get worse before it gets better if the policy continues to stay the same as it is.
More changes will take effect Monday. They will require some adults to work or volunteer for 80 hours a month. And they'll affect veterans and homeless people unless they are excused for other reasons. Roselle Jones says she lost her Calfresh benefits in April because she didn't meet the income requirements. Food distribution events like the one Father Joe's Villages hosted Friday have become vital for her family of 5.
We have to learn how to cut corners now and just slack back on, the things that we had now we don't have, and just realize that, you just have to get out there and hustle some other kind of way to get money and food.
Father Joe's Villages rationed bags filled with fruit, canned goods, and drinks in hopes of feeding everyone who stopped by its warehouse.
We're doubling it up today. I'm going to say we have about hopefully 600 bags to help out, and I'm hoping that's enough.
By the end of the 2-hour event, the organization says it fed more than 1,000 people. It depleted nearly all of Friday's allotment. Tammy Murga, KPBS News.
Well, tonight, not too different from last night. Temperatures down into the low 60s, especially along the coast and even our inland areas. Still going to be dealing with that marine layer, the fog, the low clouds, though we do have some improvements coming on that note, and even a temperature warm up to talk about heading into the weekend. I'll break all of it down coming up.
Faculty at the University of California are calling on the UC system to bring back standardized tests in its admissions process. KPBS education reporter Katie Anastas says it comes as more and more students are taking remedial math courses.
Nearly 1,000 faculty members at University of California campuses have signed a letter asking for the change. More than 200 of them are from UC San Diego. It calls for the university to reinstate an SAT or ACT math requirement for applicants to STEM majors. The UC Board of Regents voted to eliminate the requirement in 2020. Back then, those who wanted to drop the requirement said students from wealthier families often have an advantage. Yolanda Copeland Morgan was the vice provost for enrollment at UC Los Angeles in 2020. She spoke to the Board of Regents before its decision.
Students from privileged communities have schools with more resources, like experienced teachers with advanced degrees, well-equipped science labs, test prep courses, and private tutors, while students from under-resourced schools share textbooks, use broken Bunsen burners, and don't have test prep and can't afford tutoring.
But the faculty letter argues that standardized tests ensure students get admitted to the right school for them within California's public university system. They write, quote, "Failing to measure preparation gaps does not remove barriers. It moves them into the classroom, where they become harder to overcome," end quote. In November, a UC San Diego faculty senate group said more and more students are taking remedial math courses. They said admissions staff are relying more heavily on high school grades. and COVID may have made those grades less objective.
It would be foolish to believe that high school GPA means the same thing at different schools.
Julian Betts is an economics professor at UC San Diego who signed the letter. He also spoke to the Board of Regents in 2020.
A good solution to this problem would be what? A standardized and objective test.
In a statement, UC Academic Senate Chair Ahmed Palazoglu said faculty plan to work with state and K-12 leaders on college readiness. Yale University announced this week it would once again require applicants to submit test scores starting with the next admission cycle. Katie Anastas, KPBS News.
If you're in the market for a home right now, listen up. Mortgage rates are on the rise, which means taking out a loan to buy that dream home could cost you more. Maribel Gonzalez breaks down the numbers and what's driving them.
Buying or refinancing a home just got more expensive. The average 30-year fixed mortgage rate rose to 6.53% this week, marking the highest level in 9 months, according to Freddie Mac.
The rates just went up over the last week pretty sharply. And when that happens, there's a whole bunch of houses that people might have been able to afford, and now that affordability is a lot more challenged.
Before the war in Iran, average mortgage rates briefly dropped below 6% for the first time in more than 3 years.
If you're talking about a 1% rise in your mortgage going from 5 to 6%, that can mean hundreds of dollars a month.
Still, mortgages are lower than they were this time last year.
The nice thing about our mortgage system is if you get that 30-year mortgage and your rate is 6.5 today, and then rates drop down to 6, you can refinance.
The median existing home sales price reached a high of more than $417,000 in April, according to the National Association of Realtors.
For first-time homebuyers, we know it's a very difficult housing market, not only saving for a down payment, but then they're encountering a housing market with very limited entry-level inventory.
But if you're ready to make the move,
when we look at mortgage interest rates, it's important to note that that's a national average and your individual finances are really going to be the make or break in that scenario. So making sure that you're working on your personal credit score, making sure you have money in reserves.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
June 2nd is the last day to vote in California's primary elections. For the latest edition of Why It Matters, Voice of San Diego's Scott Lewis shares his top 5 picks for races to watch.
Most people across the state will be looking to see which 2 of the dozens of candidates running for governor made the runoff election. But for those of you interested in San Diego politics, here are my top 5 races to watch locally. Number 5, Measure A in the city of San Diego. It would put an $8,000 tax on empty second homes, with some exceptions. The realtors have come out hard against it, but supporters say it would either force some owners to put their homes on the market or help the city with its deficit. A similar tax in San Francisco has been found illegal, pending appeal. Number 4, the County Supervisor District 5 race. The District 5 supervisor is something like a mayor for many unincorporated areas in the vast northern part of San Diego County. A Democrat, Kyle Cahill, is running, but a bitter fight has erupted between Vista Mayor John Franklin and San Marcos Mayor Rebecca Jones. They're both Republicans. Number 3, the San Diego City Council District 8 race. It's a toss-up between 4 interesting candidates. Venus Molina and Gerardo Ramirez both serve as chiefs of staff for different sitting city council members. Antonio Martinez sits on the San Isidro School Board, and Rafael Perez is a businessman in the area. They all have resources, they all have name recognition, and it's anyone's guess which 2 of them will advance in the South Bay. Number 2, San Diego City Council District 2. City Council member Jen Campbell won the seat in 2018 after an expensive campaign tied the incumbent Republican to Donald Trump. Now, the former Republican mayor of Coronado, Richard Bailey, decided to run for the seat, and he left the Republican Party, but he kept his anti-tax message. A former deputy city attorney, Nicole Crosby, and a leader with the Downtown Partnership, Josh Coyne, hope to stop him. Neighborhood activist Mandy Havlick thinks they're all underestimating her. And number 1, who goes on to the runoff election in the 48th Congressional District? This race will attract money from across the country. Republican Jim Desmond is almost certain to make the runoff, but which Democrat will join him? Amar Campa-Najjar, City Council member Marnie Von Wilpert, or Brandon Riker? If your ballot is postmarked June 2nd, even if it arrives a day or two after June 2nd, it will be counted. I'm Scott Lewis with Voice of San Diego, and that's why it matters.
Voice of San Diego is one of our partners for the Public Matters Initiative. You can learn more at kpbs.org/Public Matters. Shrey Parikh of Rancho Cucamonga emerged victorious Thursday in the 98th annual Scripps National Spelling Bee. Nicole Comstock has reaction from the champ and his biggest cheerleaders.
Shrey, you are the 2026 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion.
Shrey Parikh, a 14-year-old student from Day Creek Intermediate School in Rancho Cucamonga, just won the Scripps National Spelling Bee. The win coming in a dramatic lightning round spell-off, where he spelled 32 words correctly, including many that most adults have never even heard of.
The word that had me the most nervous was probably Bhuvaneshwar early this evening, because I knew the word, but when you're on stage, you always kind of doubt yourself. So I'm glad I just stuck with my gut and got it right.
We spoke with his parents earlier today who were cheering their son on in his lifelong dream. They say Shrey came in at 3rd place in the same spelling bee just 2 years ago, but he's always wanted to take 1st place.
His work ethic is unparalleled, as I said before. I'm feeling super proud for all his hard work, his dream come true.
Day Creek Intermediate congratulated him on Facebook, saying Shrey represented the pack today at the National Scripps Spelling Bee and won. Way to go.
Yesterday, we brought you the story of local parents asking San Diego Unified to scale back screen use in the classroom. Today, a different perspective. KPBS education reporter Katie Anastas takes us to a high school English classroom where the teacher says technology is making her better at her job.
All right, you still have your books, right? We're reading? Books.
Jen Roberts teaches 9th and 12th grade English at Point Loma High School.
I'm an English teacher, and I believe very strongly in the power of reading. So my class period always starts with 10 minutes of silent reading.
Her seniors are learning about the American food system. They're reading books like Fast Food Nation by Eric Schlosser and The Omnivore's Dilemma by Michael Pollan. After 10 minutes of reading, they open their laptops and launch an AI tool.
You're going to see my students use a tool today called Brisk Boost, where they have something that they've already read, and the Brisk Boost is going to ask them some questions about what they read.
Questions meant to keep students thinking. Point Loma High School senior Taylor Ashton says it works.
I could go through the text multiple times and just read it and be done with it, but not fully process any of it. So this forces me to process it by keeping me interacted with it.
Robert says the AI she uses doesn't do the work for students. Instead, she says it provides feedback more quickly and more frequently than she could on her own.
I could come around and have an individual conversation with every one of my 36 kids to see if they all understand the article. I could give them a quiz that would be 5 static questions and give them the results 2 days later. But it's so much better when they can, in real time, find out what they do and don't understand.
She touts an AI program called Magic School. It has a tool that's useful for generating writing topics. She says it helps students know where to start. For example, she might ask students to write a narrative. The goal for the assignment is to have a beginning, middle, and end to a story, and for it to include dialogue.
Rather than letting a student sit there staring at a blank screen or a blank piece of paper for 45 minutes, I'll give them a tool in a Magic School student room that's limited to that one tool that's an idea generator. And I say, you're interested in baseball. Why don't you write a story about baseball? They're like, I don't know what to write. I'm like, well, let's put it in here. Tell it you're interested in baseball. And it spits back 3 story ideas about baseball.
Alfonso Jacinto is another senior in Robert's class. He's used AI tools to help him create study guides for classes like economics and statistics. He says it can be tempting to use it for more than that, like answering homework questions.
It's very easy to fall into temptation. It's very hard to get out of it. And I think just try your best not to fall under a temptation and more use it as a tool.
The temptation to cheat is just one concern about AI in schools. Another is privacy. Last year, researchers at Stanford University found that leading AI companies use conversations people have with their chatbots to train their large language models. Some of them collect data from teens. Robert says student safety and privacy are at top of mind when she's picking digital tools to use in class. Magic School, for example, doesn't sell data to third parties or use it for targeted advertising.
Parents should know what AI tools their kids are using.
Magic School founder Adil Khan is a former teacher and principal. He shares a lot of the concerns that parents have about AI, like kids forming an emotional attachment to a chatbot.
Consumer AI tools are not safe for kids, point blank. Like if your kid's using an unguardrailed version of ChatGPT or Gemini at home without supervision and not under the guidance of you as an adult, that is a scary premise.
He says he'd rather have kids learn about generative AI on a safe platform with guidance from a teacher. Still, many parents worry about AI in schools. A group of parents is asking San Diego Unified to limit screen time in its classrooms. Their proposed board resolution would prohibit students from using AI tools. Back at Point Loma High School, Roberts says she knows there's concern about screen use, but she says phones are a bigger problem than school laptops.
It's more about how you're using the screen, not just the fact that the screen is on. If you're using it for an educational purpose, if the kids are collaborating with it, if they're building a slide deck together with it, that is useful, that is purposeful, that is engaging, that is cognitive processing going on. As opposed to, I'm sitting on my phone watching YouTube videos or participating in social media. That is not helpful screen time.
She says it would be a mistake for schools to ignore AI tools designed with student learning and privacy in mind. Katie Anastas, KPBS News.
Local author Madhushree Ghosh has released her second book. It explores Punjabi history and food traditions that made their way to the United States. KPBS arts reporter Audie McAfee speaks with Ghosh about the stories and history behind the book.
Madhushree Ghosh is the author of Safar. The book follows the 4 waves of South Asian immigration to the American West. It also explores how food traveled with those communities and with her own journey. Ghosh came to the U.S. over 30 years ago. She says homesickness from New Delhi inspired her to write about food.
But more than the smell, it's the noise. And there's chaos there, you know. You can't go there and say, oh, help me cross the road. You cross the road, you know? So it's a vibe. It's a vibe, which is why I think this represents home.
Growing up, her father taught her how to knock on fruit to choose the ripest one. Her mother made masala chai and sweets every day at 4 p.m. Ghosh says many of her stories lead back to those memories.
Always had to do with my childhood. It had to do with how I was growing up, or, you know, the horrendously awful food that I used to make when I came here for grad school because I didn't know how to cook. And, you know, then going back home and asking my mother how to operate a pressure cooker so I could make some dal.
As she pursued her education in America, Ghosh says she learned more about the different parts of her culture and the struggles tied to immigration within her community.
And so the book came about because I started asking myself, like, what do these waves mean? And these waves have to do with the laws that this country changed whenever they wanted to. It's happening now.
She says she also wants people to think more deeply about where their food comes from and the journey it took to reach the dinner table.
It's easy to laugh at a child when the child says a chicken breast comes from the grocery store. But you have to ask yourself, why does the child think that? It's because you don't know where it came from, or you never taught this child that. So that's what I mean by respect. If you respect the farmer who grew it, respect the earth that sustained it.
Through her writing and conversations with others over the years, Ghosh created a supper club called Kabar Co. Over dinner, guests talk with changemakers like food activists, chefs, and writers. She says sharing a meal can open people to new perspectives.
How do you talk about food enough for somebody to be interested in a culture that they have absolutely no clue, and in fact, they had no interest in before this?
Ghosh says food can create conversations around difficult histories. It can also uplift communities.
A lot of the food that we make is with ingredients that came to us through colonization, or it came through people traveling, through immigration, migration, and sometimes it came through indenture. So it's very important for me to tell that story, but when you talk about food, you're also talking about comfort, you're talking about longing, and you're talking about belonging.
Ghosh says whether readers take away history or recipes from the book, she wants them to connect with her and with the people around them.
I hope people go back and look at Safar and find find my journey to be similar to theirs. The questions that they've had about their identity, similar to mine.
The official book release event is June 11th at 6 p.m. at Library Shop in Mission Hills. Audie McAfee, KPBS News.
We are warming up just in time for the weekend. Also, fewer of us will be dealing with the low clouds and the fog from the marine layer. And overall, we have a drier weekend ahead. We had a little bit of rain, not a lot, but we don't get a lot of rain this time of year. So I guess we'll take what we can get, but also for your outdoor plans, you're not going to have to worry about it moving forward here. Let's talk about what to expect tonight. Now, you will notice we still have some clouds moving pretty far inland. It's later into the weekend that we start to see that marine layer really shrink. 40s is all we get to in Mount Laguna. We're at 60 in San Diego, 50 though in Ramona. The time of year we have a big temperature contrast depending on exactly where you are across the region, and that goes for tomorrow as well. So high of 91 in Borrego Springs, we get to 80 in Ramona, 73 for Oceanside, 72 for both San Diego and Chula Vista there. Plenty of sunshine to enjoy. Let's talk about what to expect over the next couple of days, taking it region by region. We'll start off with the coast overall. So we don't completely get rid of the clouds at all this week, but still partly sunny. We'll take it. Temperatures get to 76 by the time we get to Sunday, so only a few degrees of a warming trend along the coast. We get the moderation from the ocean, but still, we stay in the 70s through mid next week. Not too bad for late May into June. By Monday, we're into June. We get to 83 further inland by Sunday, but quickly cool back down, and we're bouncing back around between the upper 70s and the low 80s. Either way, though, our lows staying consistent in the mid to upper 50s overall. We get to our mountain regions, and we're in the 60s until we get to Wednesday. That's when we get our warm up. 73, mostly sunny and nice. We'll take it. Temperatures as far as our lows staying put in the 50s. Into our desert regions, we've had a break from the triple digits, but they're coming back. It's a big contrast. From 91 Saturday, we get to 98 by the time we get to Monday, and then that big warm up, it holds off until Wednesday when we get back into the triple digits, sunny and very warm. For KPBS News, I'm AccuWeather's Anna Azalian.
In Northern California, a retired firefighter with PTSD has started an entirely new business venture. It's a fire and ice cream truck, and he's hoping to use it to help other first responders dealing with the trauma of the job. Charlie LaPastora has the story.
After years on the front lines, Doug Satterfield is no longer hopping in a fire truck to fight fires, but instead hopping in his newly built ice cream truck, looking to fight for first responders' mental health.
I know the struggle. And first responders, they deserve the best, man. They put it all out there. And they don't deserve to lose it in the end.
It's something Satterfield, a recently retired Stockton firefighter, knows too well. He suffered a mental breakdown in 2021 and was later diagnosed with PTSD.
I didn't know I had PTSD. I had no idea. I was living life. I was still enjoying the job, enjoying the calls, and our family was doing what I thought was great. But there's just an underlying tension, you know, and you just live at such a high level in life. In this career, you're always in fight, you're never in flight, and that's 24/7.
Satterfield eventually found help with the West Coast Post-Trauma Retreat.
If I was to flash one more time, I was going to lose everything.
After getting his life back on track, he decided to give back, buying this old mail truck he found on Facebook Marketplace.
When he came to me with this, he's like, I'm gonna buy an ice cream truck, and I was like, okay, all right, you're gonna buy an ice cream truck, But it just kept morphing and absolutely, this is his vision, this is his dream.
Now he's working with his family in his fire and ice cream truck, with all tips and part of the proceeds to pay for other first responders and their spouses to go to the same retreat that rescued him. And he's encouraging his fellow first responders to take care of the battles they face within, wanting the process to be more streamlined.
I know this program works, and I'm just hoping that our first responders will find the courage to ask for that help and reclaim their lives. In that profession, nobody comes out unscathed. It's the ego, it's the pride, that people just don't want to be vulnerable enough to find that healing. And so there's a stigma to it. The public gets the best of you, but your family ends up getting the worst of you.
It's what Doug's wife, Lori, and his 3 children experienced growing up.
It has been a huge transformation after he's put in so much work and has had changed so much that I look back on those days now and realize how hard it really was.
Definitely a struggle growing up, but now since all the hard work he's gone through, it's been incredible to see the transformation he's gone through.
A transformation that began by asking for help. That's now morphed into helping others.
Just asking and praying and believing that something's going to happen, and then here we are.
A sweet way to uplift first responders to fight their own personal fires.
I'm done with tragedies, and now I'm looking to just fulfill the smiles.
I'm Amna Nawaz. Tonight on the NewsHour, a race to contain the spread of Ebola in Central Africa. That's coming up at 7 after Evening Edition on KPBS.
And be sure to join us tonight for KPBS News This Week, where we revisit the most impactful and intriguing original reporting of the week. This Week airs every Friday at 8:30 here on KPBS. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm John Carroll. Have an excellent evening and a wonderful weekend.
Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marcos Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.